opponent, weighing in at 270 pounds, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, the total package, Lex Luger.
Alright, hello and welcome back to the Bob Cave. We're here for this Dream War. Lashley versus Luger in a submission match. And this is Samantha's choice. My wife Samantha picked this one. And hey baby, I love you. Here we go. Lashley off to a quick start. Running forearm. In the corner on Lex Luger. Lashley's got him up. Gutbuster. Lashley off to a fast start. Lashley to the middle rope. What's Bobby setting him up for? Neckbreaker. Got him with that flybuster. And stomp on the arm there. I was about to say Lashley just dominating right now, but Luger with that counter, that dragon screw leg whip. Now Luger getting some stomps in. A block by Luger. Elbow by Lashley. And Lashley has control now of Lex. Locking up. Scooping him and slamming him into the rope. And Lashley got him in a headlock. Luger counters it. Does side headlock on the mat. Luger at the back chop. Shot to the gut. Luger scoops him up and slams him down. Luger working that shoulder now. Shoulder claw. Rope break. And Luger hoisting him up. A deadlift. Military press by Lex Luger. Gonna drop him down face first. Unbelievable strength by the total package. One more time. One more time. Lashley up again. And down he goes. Luger just taking advantage. Elbow drop to the leg. Lashley running shoulder block. And Lashley taking advantage. Hammering away on Luger now. Some big left-handed blows. Another counter by Luger rolling through. Ah, kick to the head. And Lashley got him in an anaconda vice. A variation of the move. Counter by Luger. Lashley hoisting up Luger, gutbuster. And Lashley again hammering away. And a stomp to the arm. And more rights now. Luger counters again. Luger, elbow drop to the head. And he's picking up Lashley now. Big right. Luger hoisting him up. He's got him on his shoulders. Snake eyes into the corner. Lex Luger now. No, I thought he was going for a camel clutch there. Counter by Lashley. Out the back door. Lashley. Beautiful hangman neckbreaker. And he's stomping away on Lex Luger now. Lashley. Vicious strikes. And a back club. And he just snapped that arm. Lashley showing off some of them MMA credentials he has. Lashley, belly to belly. Luger's in a dazed state. Lashley running spear. He nailed him with that spear. Luger counters. And Lex, what's he setting him up for? Lex. Up and over, vertical suplex by Lex Luger. And Luger wrenching the neck now of Bobby Lashley. Thus far, it's been a seesaw matchup. Luger now. Yes, Luger's got him. Camel clutch. Camel clutch worked in. He's got it locked, working that lower back of Bobby. Will Lashley quit? No. Lashley fighting out of it. Lashley now hoisting up Luger. Luger, some elbows to the head. Scooping a slam by Luger again. Luger, stomp to the head on Bobby. And slamming his arm in the mat. Luger now, working him over. Running clothesline by Bobby Lashley. Fighting off that onslaught of Lex. Oh no, what's Lashley setting him up for? Dominator? No! He rolled through with that one. He torqued that Dominator. He's got him in the Anaconda Vice rope break though. He was too close to the rope. And he's stomping Luger's arm. Lashley headed to the top. Lashley flying over drop, he connected it. Stomp to the arm by Lashley. Running forearm, Luger connected. He got him with that running forearm. And Luger set him up. What's Luger going for here? He's going for the torture rack. He's got him up in this submission. And that's what Luger needs. He needs to make Lashley tap here. It's the Hurt Lock versus the torture rack. And Luger's finally got him in it. Does he have Lashley weak enough? No. No, the referee says Lashley did not tap. Lashley with elbow to the gut. Irish whip into the corner now. Lashley working that arm some more. Stretching it. Lashley hits the ropes. Big running forearm. What's Bobby setting him up for now? Irish whip into the corner again. Counter by Lex. Lashley got him up. What is he going for? Snake eyes. Luger split open. And Lashley trying to go in for strikes again, but Luger counters. Luger, oh, he ate that clothesline. And Lashley back on him. Hammering away. Going right after that exposed cut. And Lashley working Lex Luger. He's working Lex Luger right now. Got him back up. Luger with the counter. Needed the gut. Big right, big left countered by Lashley. Headbutt. Lashley pulls him into a short arm clothesline. And this has been all Lashley at this point. Armbar. Lashley's got it locked in. Can he sit it down? Can he lay his shoulders back and wrench it the way he wants? No. Not enough. Luger. Enough strength to fight it off. Luger some big rights. Both of these men are heavyweights. They're getting winded. DDT. Luger. These two men have put up such a fight so far. Counter after counter. Luger. Elbow drop. Nobody home. Lashley running clothesline again. And Lashley, some more right hands. To the already wounded Luger. Luger counters. Lashley counters. Luger counters again. Irish whip to the corner. Both of these men. Clothesline counter. Lashley running clothesline. And Lashley, what's he setting him up for here? Lashley's going for the Hurt Lock's put in. It is locked. The fingers are locked to Lashley. It's in. Luger taps. The Hurt Lock was enough. There's your winner, Bobby Lashley. What a hard-fought matchup, both of these soldiers. both of these warriors, if you will, fighting back and forth. But Bobby Lashley coming through. And once again, I want to thank Samantha for your choice. I love you, baby. Bobby Lashley victorious in this Dream War. I want to thank all you out there for joining me here in the Bob Cave after this 3.5-star submission matchup. Until we meet again, my friends, this is the Bob, signing out.